Om Om Sadashiva Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Shano Phunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So after a long time, again we are back. Still I am in Rishikesh. So seeing the background, you can understand how. So you know where you are, okay? So still we are in 16th chapter. So we have not gone more than that. So the 16th chapter was called, or is called rather, in my mind is was, but in reality is. So is called what? Daiva Sura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. So the division between Devatas, divine qualities, and Asuric qualities. And also we added in between that also a Rakshasa to be included. While discussing these chapters in details, especially from verse number 7 onwards, we have been seeing how this especially Asuric description continues. Still, we are continuing with that. So, what does it mean? Why Lord Krishna gives so much importance to it? So that with this background, I go to the verse number 18. Remember, as we have seen, the three types of behavioral modification, behavioral transaction called as sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Now, if a person observes, there is not much difference between sattvic and tamasic externally. That's why we say a wise person is like Balava, like a child. But that does not mean the child is a wise person. Can you see this point? The wise person is like a mad person. But that does not mean a mad person is a wise. So in short, that the tamasic aspect in me and sattvic aspect in me externally looks alike. But internally I know whether I am tamasic or sattvic. Is it clear? Secondly, we need to understand that in between the sattvic and tamasic comes what? Rajasic. Because this is the only playground, nothing else. Now, if you do not take care of Rajasic aspect, what will happen to that? It will go back to Tamasic. Is it clear? If you don't take care of Rajasic aspect carefully, it has to go back to Tamasic aspect. I gave you the example of holidays. So, 5 days you work, you earn money. 6 days, 7 days you go for holiday to spend all the money. So that means what? 5 days rajas, 2 days tamas. Clear? So again, come back, start your Rajasic day on Monday. Whereas if the Rajasic aspect is taken care, in fact, every day becomes holiday. So that you shift from Rajas to Sattva. So to take care of this tamasic aspect, in short, called Asuri Sampada, all the details have been talked and we have been seen in details. So in this background, let us look at verse number 18, I think, because it seems I have not covered 18 if I'm right, correct? So ahankara balam darpa kamam krodham cha sansita mamatma paradeheshu pradvishantaha abhyashuyaka. So that means what? Samsrita. So those who are given to what? Ahankara. So for them, ahankara, the egoism, establishing one's insecurity, because we'll see in details. And of course, balam, power, darpam, arrogance, kamam, desire, and of course, chakrodham and anger. Abhyashuyakaha. Who are these people? They are called Abhyashuyakaha. Those who always find out faults in others. Slanderers. So for anything we said no, they can find out some mistake. We said no, the moment they open their mouth, they stink. This is the people, we use them. And he says, look, what they do? Pradvishantaha ma. So they hate me. Here, remember, what does that mean? Is it ekarupa or anekarupa or arupa? Come on. Because here, or else it will be misunderstanding. Is it that mean? Is it ekarupa or anekarupa or arupa? I need some feedback, okay? Don't ask me what is Swamiji, ekarupa, anekarupa, arupa, okay? Swamiji already 15 days gap, so we forgot everything. Please start from the scratch. So is it Mr. Krishna, son of Vasudeva? Or is it Ishvara? Or it is Param Brahma? Come on. If you say it is Mr. Krishna, that means you still don't understand, okay? Is it Mr. Krishna? That means you belong to ISKCON. Don't attend my class, okay? Go to ISKCON. So you are fit to be part of ISKCON group. So this people ISKCON group will twist this year, okay? Look, those who hate Krishna, Krishna said this, okay? In 16th chapter. Then what happens to them? And what happens in the next verse? We say, I'll send to what? To the Narakam, to the hell. Now tell me, what is the difference between Mr. Krishna and Jesus in Christianity? There is no difference at all. So it is better to hold on to Bible than quite to hold on to Bhagavad Gita. Let us be very practical. And that is how the whole Krishna consciousness survives or glorifies or continues. That's their problem, not our problem, okay? But however, here that me is arupa, place. That's why, remember, whenever you see in translation M or especially me, M, capital M, that means most probably it is what? It is arupa. So you have to understand this is the minimum homework you have to do for Bhagavad Gita, or else it's a disaster. How? So here it says, look, these people always what they do? They always look at only their need, their presence, their importance, and for that sake, they don't mind to do anything in their life. And best example is what? Politicians, political parties. So the politicians or political parties to come to the power, what are the things they do? You know better. Because politics only survives based on hatred policy. Have you seen any politician who has not created hatred policy and has become politician? Except our Mahatma Gandhi, okay? Only that one, okay? Because the way he is portrayed, okay? Oh, he was man of ahimsa. I see. So he's exceptional, okay? Please don't bring him in the rule, okay? Give the credit now. But why I have, don't ask me. This is my jocular way, okay? Not seriously. However, coming to the point that how the politician builds up everything based on a hatred policy, so also people grow in that way. And here is being said that look, the person starts hating me, the Ishwara. Why? Who is that Ishwara? He says, Atma Paradeheshu. So I am the one who is not in the heaven. I am not one who is in the temple. I am not the one who is being worshipped in a given place. But I am what? Atma Paradeheshu. So I am in the body of themselves, those people, those who starts criticizing, and of course in others. That's why we say very carefully, whenever I point out somebody's mistake, actually I express my weakness. Have you not observed yourself? Anything you highlight of others is just your reflection. Again, I'm repeating. Anything you highlight of others is nothing but reflection of yours. They say very nicely the story regarding Duryodhana and Yudhishthira. So Duryodhana was asked to find out a good person. And he went round and came back and said, there is not a single good person. So Yudhishthira was sent to find out a bad person. He also went round and came back and said, there is no bad person at all. The beautiful story goes among them. Because I see only my shadow. I won't say reflection here, okay? I only relate with my shadow. That's why you are attracted to those people who are able to relate with your shadow, or you are able to relate with their shadow. So the relationship is nothing but meeting both the shadow together. But the problem is with the shadow, morning sun shadow, midday sun shadow, and evening sun shadow. There is a difference. Sometimes it becomes longer, shorter, this side, that side. That you forget. That's why relationship breaks. Is it clear? So here he uses very carefully. So a person starts, you can look at psychological. If a person starts criticizing, looking down others, or you can say if the person is critical of any given situation at any given point of time, means what? The person is too much connected to ahankara. So what is ahankara? Again, ahankara is nothing strengthening your weakness. That person is a ahankara who has more or deeper weakness. Observe this point. that person is a super duper ahankari. You can use the word super duper, who has got a deeper weakness. So that's why here says not only ahankar, also to balam, power. So whatever power you have, if you are, I am born to a family, that power. I am having strength, physical strength, that balam. Wealth, dhana. Some people also use the do not ayur balam, because I am elderly person. You have to respect. So I remember one story I can say that I can really nicely. I'm talking about a very long back in Chennai. So I went to meet one of the old, let us say one of the very old ashram in Chennai, and met one of the Swami. Actually, when I was young, I was very much fascinated with his, write-ups. Very nice person he was. So somehow I wanted to meet him. And I met him. And of course, he knew me because that time I was in Chennai and a lot of activities was happening. And sometimes I used to appear in the local newspaper. So then the moment I went, yeah, I know you, how are you, and all this thing. Then finally asked, how long you are in this life? So I am that time, very fresh, few years. Then I said, this and so on. Then he got shocked and said, oh, only these many years, but the way you talk is different. So only these many years. That means you are nothing. Then I was ashamed because those days I was different. Not that I am not nowadays also, don't worry. But nowadays I am polished. This is the difference. So I said, yes, Swamiji, thank you very much. So you mean that experience matters? Because that organization, every organization depends upon only on experience, not on the Shastra. That's another point. Yes, experience matter. How many years of experience you have, that matters. I said, oh, based on that, respect everything. Yes, definitely. Then there was, one huge tree in front of him. I said, Swamiji, now shall I do namaskaram to tree again and again? Because that this tree is more experienced than you. After that, of course, he didn't open his mouth. So what I'm highlighting here is called Ayur Balam. So any sort of balam also is another weakness. Dhana, jana, all these things we have many, a list, you can create your own list, okay? And nothing, somebody says, oh, Mauna Balam, I keep quiet, especially, many people, ladies and all these things in a relationship. I must maintain silence. That is my Balam, okay? So each one has got their funny idea. Please continue, nothing else. And that Balam becomes darpam, arrogance. Remember, these are the psychological point. When you lean upon your balam without your knowledge, that balam becomes the key point for your darpam, for your arrogance. If you are arrogant at any given time, it is not because of anything, but because of balam. Somewhere or other, you are leaning upon, you are depending upon some balam, and that's why you are arrogant. And of course, once there is arrogance, comes common desire. You plan, you do many things, and everything must happen according to me. That's the beautiful approach, okay? Or ugliest approach, okay? Everything must happen according to me, including Swamiji also, okay? Swamiji should dress according to me. Swamiji should eat according to me. Swamiji should move according to me. I also sometimes go through, okay? Don't worry, okay? Swamiji, this dress doesn't look nice. This pair of dhoti doesn't look nice. Can you change? Hey, already I have put it. Allow me. Poor Swami, okay? Coming back. Then automatically, if this does not happen, anger has to come. So that's why anger, krodha, and these are called obvious viyaka. So that means what? In short, I only relate with my shadow. If I criticize you, in the name of criticism, I am highlighting, strengthening my weakness related to those criticisms. Continue. तानहं द्वशितं क्रूरान् संसारेषु नराधमान् क्षिपाम्यहस्रशुभान् आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु. Aham kshipami. I throw. So what is that aham? Is it arupa, ekarupa, or anekarupa? So is it Mr. Krishna? Are we talking about Mr. Krishna here? Definitely not. Be clear, okay? So Parameswara ityartha here. So aham kshipami. I throw, not Mr. Krishna throws, okay? If Mr. Krishna wants to throw, we are not interested in him. Be wherever you are, okay? So that's why aham kshipami, I throw. And whom? Tan dvishataha. So those haters, those slanderers, those criticizers. And what they criticize? Whom they criticize? Only me, the Ishvara, not anybody. So when I criticize Ishvara, then what happens? Ashubha. So this is nothing good all about it. It is Ashubhaiti. So that's why they are impure. Nothing good will happen to them. And who are they? Naradhaman. So they are the lowest, very ordinary human being, you can say. In fact, they are not called as human. Pasus, we say, pasus in human being. Animals in the body of humans. That's why I remember, incidentally, I can tell you something very nice. When we were, children growing up, especially grandparents, directly and also related, all these people, they watch us, they monitor us a lot. How we work, how we talk, how we eat. Suppose I remember once after eating sometime, then you started chewing. I remember I got one slap. Are you a cow? Only cow is allowed to do that, not you. Suppose it comes out, use the washroom. You are supposed to bring it out. Again, don't eat it, okay? You understand? So that means if you do that, what does it mean? You, a cow, you as an ox in the body of human. Clear? I can give you many examples in the behavioral aspect. How sometimes the animals are in this human body. One has to be careful. So that's why he says, look, these are called Noradhaman. So they are adhamas, means very low in their thinking. So when you are low in your thinking, of course your behavior will be low, ordinary. With a low thinking, you cannot become extraordinary person in your life either. And he says, look, interestingly, these people who are ajasram continuously, perpetually, again and again, asurishu eva yonishu sansareshu. So that means what? Perpetually, I put them into the womb of asuras, which leads to further samsara complication. How you can see as you move it down. Whenever there is a complication in your life, if you don't have positive attitude, instead of developing a healthy attitude, you become critical of that complication. Will it create more complication or not? Does it happen or not? It's a very simple logic. Everybody knows, but nobody follows. Whenever I have any complication in my life, I cannot be critical of anyone at that moment. Remember, this is a thumb rule. If you want to survive, if you want to grow, whenever you are in any complication in your life, never ever become critical of anybody or anything. The moment you become critical, you unnecessarily welcome problem or you make it more complicated. That's why we say whenever and wherever you see complication, if you cannot have healthy attitude towards that, at least keep quiet. That's why the astrology plays a bigger role here. Astrologer plays a bigger role here. Whether it helps or not, don't ask me, okay? I'm not promoting your astrology. I'm talking about the concept. Whenever people have problem and when they cannot handle, they go to an astrologer. So what astrologer will say? Do this, do that, do that. At least will divert the mind. So when you do this, do that, when the diversion is there, at least you are not critical of anyone. So when you are not critical of anyone, time will settle it. And of course, if you are doing good things, it will heal you. It will take care of itself. Can you see the process, how it works? Whereas, what is common tendency? Whenever there is complication in my life, I am a critical person. I criticize everyone. I criticize the system. I criticize, of course, myself. Okay? But very sophisticated way. First, I am here. You understand? Then blah blah blah. So that's why here is being said. Once there is a complication, if I don't have this attitude, unnecessarily I am surrounded by only complications. I am entangled, ensnared by complications, and that is called samsara. Remember, not Tamil samsara, okay? Be careful, okay? So, what is samsara? Samyak rupe saratiti samsara, that which keeps changing. And we say in Vedanta, the real samsara is what? Sense of becoming. I want to become somebody. I want to become something. So as long as in me the sense of becoming is predominant, or I can say this much that because of sense of becoming, I am doing many things in my life. That long I am a samsari. Is it clear? And the sense of becoming in me is a cancerous disease, if you want to compare. Why I use the word cancerous disease? Because only it keeps spreading and spreading. So that's why he says, look, me as Ishvara, give them their atmosphere. If you are hating others, if you are criticizing others, don't worry. I'll give you such a position that you keep hating, and finally you will destroy yourself. And of course, in the process, you will destroy others, those who deserve destruction. More of it we'll see tomorrow. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all of you.